Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I've got a Mitsubishi WD-C657 65-inch DLP high-def TV that we bought from Costco about 5 years ago, and it's been running okay up until a few weeks ago when it first started getting a single bright point, 1 pixel that was bright white, and then there were a few more after a couple days. And if you look close at the screen, there were a lot of black pixels, looked like bugs or dirt behind the screen, and it just got worse and worse. And when I researched it, I thought at first it was the bulb, but that should just go dim. And the more I saw it, it was the it could be the light engine or the DLP chip. So what I'm going to do is take this apart and try to find that DLP chip, and if this works out, then I'm going to post it. But if you look at it, right in here is where the lamp is. So I'm going to take this screw out, pull the lamp out, and then there's screws all along the back of this TV that I'm going to take off, and then we'll look inside the TV. So anyway, on this side are all the audio video inputs and outputs, and I'm not going to take that out of the TV, but you can see the wires and how they're all connected on different connectors into this section, which is the light engine. So I'm going to get this whole light engine out, and I'm going to start just by taking the lamp out. Now the lamp cover was here. There's 2 screws on the lamp, and once you loosen those screws, then you can just pull the lamp out. Looks like this. They say don't tilt it around or do anything, just keep it horizontal, but I think that's because of that there's mercury in it. So I'm just going to set that off to the side, and then I'm going to work on taking these connections out. And I'm going to leave the film running, but I may edit it out, but I want it running so I can remember what it is that I'm doing, because I don't know how long it's going to sit like this once I get it taken apart. Okay, what I've done so far is I found just 3 screws. One was over in this far corner. It was right down in here. And then the other 2, one was down in here, and the other was right down underneath in this area. Get this out of the way. Right down underneath there. Take those 3 out, and the unit is loose and ready to come out of the machine. What's holding it in is this piece here, and so I'm just trying to figure out the best way to disconnect it. Okay, well, the best way to disconnect this piece, let's see if you can see it right here, is that all this was, I thought it was power at first, but it's not. It's just a DVI interface, like coming out of the back of a PC. So that's how the signal is moving from in between the light engine and the audio video section, which is over here. So now this is undone. It looks like all the connectors are undone, and this will just slide out. So there may be something else I have to do, I'm not sure. Nope, that's it. So there's the view of the inside of the TV, and while I had it like this, I just took some compressed air and blew the air out on it. And so now I'm going to put the light engine, which is that unit right there, up on a desk, because I believe the chip is going to be on a board, perhaps under where this lamp is. I'm not quite sure. But if you bought the whole light engine, I believe that's what you'd get for the $600 right there, and then it would just slide in the TV. You'd come back and re-screw all the screws on, reconnect these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connectors, and power should come on, should have HD. I don't know. Okay, so here's the light engine, and after looking at it, if we look just on this side, it's just really a plastic housing. There's a little bit of circuitry here where my thumb is, and then there's a fan on this side which probably needs to be cleaned off before you put it back together. But in looking at it on this other side, if you look closely, right up at the top, you can see kind of a green circuit board. See it right in here? And then there's another fan right here, which is probably to cool it off. So I'm guessing underneath this gray metal is the circuit board, and plugged into the circuit board is the DLP chip. So I'm going to take this off and then see whether that DLP chip comes off easily or hard.
Okay, I decided to record this part of it, but I'm not sure I'm going to leave this in. The cooling fan is plugged into the circuit board, so I'm just going to untape it from here so that I can unplug it from the circuit board, and it's going to just hopefully come right off. And then there's screws here at the corner, here, up there, this corner, 2 on this side, 1 down here. So I'm going to take them off, and then what I'm hoping is that this unit will just lift right off. Okay, I have all the screws out. Let's see what it comes out. Feels like it's still attached here. And I think these nuts, which are, they're to screw in and hold that DDI interface. These are what's holding it on. I can feel it loosen up as I loosen them. You can see there's a lot of dust on this. And I think either, my guess is under this large cooling fin is where the chip is going to be, but now I'm going to have to look at the circuit board because I don't really know. I haven't seen the pictures of it to tell where it is. But there's a couple of screws that fasten this in place. This is probably kind of cool.
Okay, I've decided that the DLP chip is right here, right underneath where this cooling fin was. But you don't get to it from this side, obviously, so I'm going to take this circuit board off. And what plugs in right here has the rubber hose on it. Then there's just a 2-wire plug next to it, making sure I can see. A red, white, and black right here, a red, yellow, and black right there. So I'm going to unplug all those. I'm going to take off these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws and remove the circuit board and see if this comes out. Now I want to. Okay, the circuit board screws are all off, and it comes up, but there's there's a ribbon plug right here, and then there's another just like socket plug, and here's the back of the chip. So I'm sure that that's the DLP chip that's gone bad, that needs to be replaced, and it looks like it's not soldered in. It looks like it's just has a pop-out kind of plug, so I'm expecting to be able to remove this piece right there and then decide whether I want to buy another one or not. Okay, like I was saying, this is definitely the DLP chip. I took it and looked at some other light with it, and I can definitely see the pattern of the white dots that we saw on the TV screen, and then when I move it around a little bit, I can see a lot of other pixels that were probably all the black dots. And so this is the piece that needs to get replaced. You can just twist this from unlock, or from a lock to an unlock position, and then the chip just lifts right out. So when I went online, see if you can see that. Oops. That's what I was looking for, is that particular chip, and I didn't really find it. I found a 1910 6113 or something like that, but they didn't have any of the other numbers. So what I'm going to do, they're all $300, and so I may go try to find this, because it's not hard to put back in. This is just screw back in. We'll attach all the stuff, and so maybe I will get the TV running for $300. And it's taken me to get to this state to actually have the chip in my hand, the circuit board unattached. It's taken me maybe 30 minutes total. So you know, it might take another 30 minutes to assemble it right, so maybe hours worth of time, and $300, and so I think it's probably worth it to get another 65-inch TV set. Alright, well, this is a postscript. I did get a new DLP chip. I ended up getting it from a place called shopjimmy.com. They had it priced at $215, free shipping, came right away, great service. It was exactly the chip that was needed. Reassembly took maybe 20 minutes or so, and as soon as it was powered up, you have to fully reassemble it, put the back on in order for it to power up everything. But as soon as it came up, picture was perfect, and so there's the TV, and for $215 and about an hour's worth of time, it's working like new.